Okay, hello testing. Testing, 1, 2. How we doing? Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. Starting off our week, it has been a good Monday. I've had a good time. I recently finished a bunch of shows as well actually, so I'll probably get into that once we properly get into things, but I guess I have a lot to talk about. But yeah. KY, welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for the vote for Mother 3. Alright, I'm gonna whack that in the spreadsheet right now. I don't know, I keep sliding in and out of this really awful Australian accent. I need to stop. But thank you very much, dude. So, Mother 3 is now at 47. Scavenger's Reign. I haven't seen Scavenger's Reign. Is that the thing that Ray was talking about? Because I think when I ended up looking it up, it was a HBO... Was it a HBO program? Is it a HBO program? It might be a HBO program. Yeah. We don't get those here unless you have... Ah yes, the Johnny Fiasco accent. That's right. That's right, yeah. It's so fucking good. If I can find it, honestly, it is on my list of things that pique my interest from this year that I've missed. I've got like a mini list going. I just need to find a way to watch it, because we don't really get like many options with HBO programs over here. Like Succession's one that I don't know if I'd like it, but I want to at least say I've seen it. It sounds like it's a big deal. I'm kind of very nonchalant with Succession, to be honest, but like, I kind of feel like I need to see it just to say I've seen it. But there are a few other HBO things, like The Last of Us I haven't seen, because it's, you know, it's on HBO. There are a few other things as well, but yeah. Hardly anyone is talking about it. It's driving you insane. Honestly, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. That must be rough. Is it like a set, is it like a famous studio that works on it? Like a studio that's worked on other animated shows that are already out there? I don't know a lot about, like, the production or anything about it, but honestly, the theme and vibe it's going for looks really cool. So I get the appeal for sure. You don't think so? I think that's even better then. If that's their starting project and it's that, like, compelling and, like, bringing people in, that's amazing. She is called Titmouse. Honestly, weirdly that sounds familiar and I don't know why. Hang on. Came out of nowhere and it was exceptionally good. Oh, did they work on... It looks like they've worked on quite a few things. Yeah, Scavenger's Reign. It looks like they might have been involved with a Star Trek thing. Like an animated Star Trek show. Pantheon Season 2 looks like an animated show they worked on. I feel like I recognize the name from somewhere. Did they work on that? Fuck, what was it called? There was another thing that they might have done. I'm probably wrong though. Anyway. It's on my list though, for sure. Scavenger's Reign, it did look really, really cool. If you guys can watch it, go have a look at the trailer. It seems neat. And then later this week, to some people's disgust and to some people's joy, the Scott Pilgrim anime is out, so I'm hyped as fuck for that. I really think it's gonna be like so much better in that format. My God. I love the film and the comics to death, but I do think the comic compared to the film, I think the comics are like insanely good, and the films are great. Sorry, film. The film is great, but I do feel like it being fully animated and stylized in one concise bit of media that matches the style of what the comic was going for will be a lot better, and will have a lot. I think that will age a lot better too, right? I think that's the big thing. I think that will age a lot better than something like the film, for example, because I think the film's still got its qualities and its merits, but I do feel like that's going to become a little bit dated with the way it looks and like visually, and a few other elements might not be like there in the long run, right? But it being fully animated, I'm all for it. All for it. And that's coming from someone that loves the film. I adore the Scott Pilgrim movie, so. But yeah, I'm hyped. And then, what have I watched this week? So, me and Jess finished the Netflix series Sex Education. The final season came out, and I gotta be honest, we were a bit disappointed by it. It was a show with the first 2 seasons really fucking good. Legit might be some of my favourite series of anything ever. I really thought they had a really good, like... it was a show that was sort of very good at tackling stereotypes in characters and in, like, various things throughout, like a coming-of-age setting. But it did it in a way that was so, like, clever, and it did all of these really great things with character progressions and just things that you weren't expecting, and it was genuinely really good. And all of the characters felt very real and believable, but the final 2 seasons really let that show down. To the point where I gave the last series a 6 out of 10. And the first 2 series got like a 9 out of 10 from me, so it's... Yeah, the last series of Sex Education just didn't do it. But... It still had its moments, it was still pretty good. And then Loki was the other thing I finished, and I don't think it's as good as the first series, but the second series is still pretty good. It's still weird seeing Owen Wilson play something in the MCU, to be honest. I'm still not over that. Do I want to try and attempt it? I nearly did an Owen Wilson impression. 6 out of 10, surely one of the worst scores. I mean, it would be lower if I didn't like the cast and the... You know, like, in reality, these are still characters that I've grown to love over, like, a set period of time, right? So, for that reason alone, I'm giving it a little bit of, like, nostalgia bias to some extent, and some level of, like... You know, I'm letting bits of it slide, but overall, a 6 is pretty bad. And then I mean, Netflix, to be honest with you, has ruined 2 of my favourite shows this year. It's ruined The Witcher, which I gave a 5 out of 10 for the last series. I thought, my god, like, the way they ended it really just put me off. Put me off ever watching that show again, so I'd kinda hated it. And, yeah, and then Sex Education. So I'm really hoping that... I hope that Netflix just start doing, like, one series things. Like, Cyberpunk Edge Runners was great. And I'm hoping Scott Pilgrim will be a one and done thing as well. And honestly, that's fine. I'm happy with that. 7 or higher is good. 5 or lower makes you look... yeah. It's middle of the road, a 6 out of 10, but that really is just the point I was at with Sex Education. Jess, hello, I was just talking about Sex Education, the final series, and how we were a little bit 50-50 on it. But yeah, we both came to the conclusion, definitely the weakest series of the lot, but it's still very good. I'm just running around aimlessly, by the way, I've just noticed. We need to... What do we need to do? in what time was it? It was 9 on the dot. Okay, let's go back to the yeah, we've got time. Let's get back to the smoker on the balcony and do that bit. Maybe we should do it without Kim. So we found a body yesterday, by the way, guys. If you're wondering why the title is what the title is. We found a body on the dock yesterday. J Boogie, welcome in, how are you? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, Sex Education, 6 out of 10. Loki, probably a 7.5. I gave the first series an 8. This is a 7.5. Owen Wilson's great in it. Owen Wilson's my favourite character. I'm awful with actor and actresses like names, so I apologise. But the guy that plays Short Round is in this series of Loki, and he's really fucking good in it. I love seeing him in things again, because he was in the Goonies as well, right? I think I'm only really familiar with his works as a child actor, so seeing him like in other things is actually amazing. I thought he was really, really cool. I think he's been in a few other things since, hasn't he? But I think they're the only things that I've seen. What I am literally just pissing about now. Pissing about. Blabbing on. You're great, thanks. That's great. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad you're having a good Monday. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. And yeah, what else did we watch? I rewatched the Simpsons movie with Jess, Joel, and Ali. That was chill. Yeah, that film's like weirdly good. It's a film where I often feel like, should I be liking the Simpsons movie? But you know what? Simpsons movie is great. I will stand by that. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy going back to it as well. It's just I don't know. It just consistently does it for me. Is it the same guy that's in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? It is. I believe that is the other thing he's in from like the last couple of years. Yeah. It does sound right. The last great piece of Simpsons media. Honestly, yeah, I think that was like a really good. I feel like if they stopped the show when that film came out, I think that would have been a good send-off for The Simpsons, you know what I mean? Not that, you know, the seasons and stuff building up to it were... we talked about The Simpsons before here, but, like, I don't think it's bad. But it's not... It's, you know, The Simpsons hit a peak. It had a very, very clear idea of, right, this is the, like, peak that we're going to get to. And it just gradually declined, and I feel like the movie would have been a good way of signing that off, but here we are where The Simpsons is still being made, like, how many years later? What was that, 10? About 15 years later, I think. Anyway, let's see if we can do this now.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers. Looks like he isn't home.
Can I just, like, wait around? I've only got, like, to put it in perspective, it's 8:38, so we don't have long to wait for this lad. Can we, like, twiddle our thumb somewhere? Can I do any checks, maybe? Can I do any checks? You have anything to say?
Give me a moment.
No. Okay. Oh, so, what are people's thoughts on the Game Awards things? Because all of those were officially announced earlier, right? Interesting. Interesting selection. I think it's all of the culprits we assumed it would be. Not as much Starfield on there as I thought there would be, but I guess the way the game is, like, sort of everyone's sort of stopped talking about it already sort of indicates to me that Starfield's probably not all that. you haven't read up on the nominees yet. I think I'll leave it at, you know, I think there are some obvious things there. I'm assuming Baldur's Gate 3 will win everything. I don't think I want it to win everything, but I definitely want it to get Game of the Year. I think it's deserving of Game of the Year, honestly.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I don't think there's anything else. I'm just trying to find a good way to pass the time. There's a bench, isn't there? Can we pass like an exact amount of time there? I think we can. But I think Baldur's Gate should at least get Game of the Year. Or role-playing game. I think they're the two that it should deserve. I don't think it should win every award under the sun. But yeah. The only nominee you've played is Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I found myself in a position where I think I've only played... like, properly sat down and played RE4 this year. I still haven't gotten around to playing Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate, despite owning both of them. I've just been so busy with other things, to be honest. And I guess Phantom Liberty's actually got a few votes for things, which is kind of cool to see. I'm glad that Cyberpunk's doing okay.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Alright, we're going to stay for 15 minutes.
The twiddling barely keeps your hands warm.
Alright. Okay, we got 6 minutes till we have to be there. Let's go. But yeah, there are so many games that came out this year. It is kind of crazy. Hi-Fi Rush is another game that's actually gotten a lot of like lined up like nominees, and like it's managed to get itself into several categories, which is actually kind of interesting. I didn't expect it to do like, I don't know, I just didn't expect it to be as prominent as it is. I guess it feels like it's a lot more prominent than I thought it would have been. But that's on there a lot. Resident Evil 4's there quite a bit. Keep meaning to try that. Honestly, I think it looks really cool. It's on Game Pass? Hell yeah. Yeah, no, it looks like a good time. Hi-Fi Rush came out so early this year, I always forget it came out this year. Yeah, same with Dead Space, the Dead Space remake, because I think that might have been lined up with an award for like audio or something like that. Or like sound design or something like that. I can't remember what the category is called exactly. But I think Dead Space is another one where people keep forgetting, oh shit, yeah, that was 2023. I don't think there was anything else that was super, super early in. I love that we haven't heard anything about Atomic Heart. I don't think did that get any nominees at all? Atomic Heart. I feel like that game was just sort of like, it happened and then it got forgotten. What's the other early game? Forspoken? That was early this year, right? I don't think we've heard much about Forspoken, but I think it got a mixed reception from what I remember.
This door is made of metal and appears to be no one answers. Looks like he isn't home.
After. It says after that time. Okay. Fine, it looks like we're going back over this way to waste 15 more minutes. Oh boy. Okay, what else can we do? Was spoken as a 6 out of 10 based on our previous conversation. Yeah, apparently the new Call of Duty is absolute rubbish. I mean, aren't they all? I don't know. No, we talking like as a like a multiplayer experience, J Boogie, or is this like a campaign? Because I know that a lot of people have a big thing for the campaigns in those games, but for me it's often just military men shooting each other. The game, even the campaigns, they just never really interested me. They were either just controversial for the... I don't know, like, there are some bits where I feel like, okay, I can kind of understand why people would like it, but it's just not for me. It's not for me. The campaign was rushed, apparently. It has 53 on Metacritic. Yikes, okay, yeah, that is pretty bad. That's a big old yikes. Okay, so this is going to take a while. We're not going to do that for a bit. We're not doing that. Haven't found them. Sometime after 9, okay. Doing commercial area. Okay, let's not do anything else today. Let's go out here. Let's rest at the bench. Let's come back after 9, and then we're gonna sleep and wait for Kim to come back, so that we can talk to him about the body. Because I think the game was telling me we shouldn't do anything until we meet up with Kim again. And like I was saying, for context, and this is spoilers. Oh, there are benches here. I'm blind. Can I use them though? No, I can't. Okay. What was the thing? For context, we found another body at the dock. And, Kim is currently away, taking away the other body that we found. So,
You sit on the wind-worn.
we're currently just in the process of waiting for him
The
to be
twiddling
back.
barely keeps your hands warm against the frigid wind blowing from the coast.
Right, get up. Did you ever play Final Fantasy X-2? Oh boy. Oh boy. So, I have only ever played... The thing is, Final Fantasy X is a game I desperately need to replay. So I'm gonna play that, but I've never played X-2. But from what Joel has told me, Joel does not like this game. And is a, very much a hater. And from what I've heard of it, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Joel might be onto something. Really now? Really? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard things about X-2. Okay, real talk, J-Boogie. Is it worse or better than 13? If you've played 13? Because I know 13 is like the universally hated Final Fantasy game, right? I think that's true. I think that's the one that pretty much everyone hates, apart from like the really dedicated people. It's got a good battle system at least. Okay, okay. You only played 13 for 2 hours. Fair. I think that says it all. Better than 13 in your opinion? Okay, got you, got you. We're gonna put oh.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Where did we get the library card from? I actually don't remember. This is what happens when you play Disco once a week. you end up forgetting all of the little bits in between the main bits. I actually can't remember where we got it from. Did we get it from an item of clothing, or did we just find it? I'm not actually sure. 10-2 is like just way too heavy on the mini games. Okay, so it's like golden source of the game with a good battle system. Does that sum it up and there's pop stars involved? It sounds like Miitopia, not gonna lie. The more I hear about this game, the more it sounds like Miitopia. It might be Miitopia. You loathe 13? Yeah, 13 does not get a good rap from many people. Let's look at the backside of it. Why not?
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800. You should first decide what to do with the corpse before taking any further actions. Talk to Kim about it.
Alright, well, we'll talk to him once we're once we can. Alright. What I was actually gonna do was, be gone. Right. Have a chat with you.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Yes, the cleaning lady let me in. She also led me to your apartment.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Should we be blunt about it? Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Should we be... Are we thinking this is somebody that has seen something to do with the case, maybe? Okay. By the way, I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Is it Friday? Sorry, is it Friday tonight? Feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather. Even the rain feels nice.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Also, I've been doing a lot of talking today, and I'm starting to feel my voice go a little bit. J Boogie, as someone who called me out for ASMR Dave last stream, we're gonna do a little test. How does this sound? Render. Is that good? How does that compare to other ASMR soundy Dave? Very well. I'll talk to him, but first, I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Okay.
Take care, alright?
Alright, okay, fair. Fair. By the way, we're still hoarding the skill points.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
So, we'll wait and see what's in here, I guess. You're the Sunday friend. Yeah, alright. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, we're just gonna annoyingly walk around the room and not address the man that's standing over there. Just look at all of his things first. That feels very fair. And we're gonna take his robe. Oh my god. Stealing your robes, mate. Okay.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Monsieur Laclé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy.
I'm sure. You don't think you ever found or talked to this dude? Oh, really? Okay.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
That didn't work at all.
So, you actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Do we play into the drama side thing here? Meaning it was terrifying.
No, no. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard.
So this is implying sort of what we already know about them, the body already being dead. Because they were shot. And they're framing the lynching as, you know, collateral, I guess.
But I suspect you knew that already.
Yeah, okay.
I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
Okay, thank you, sir. He does seem to be buttering me up a little bit, but okay. What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
I see. So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur la Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité.
Okay.
This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Okay. What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
Are we about to really impersonate this guy? Wow, that's kinda yikes. Chapathi, welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I've heard about this moral intern before and I want to know more. Let's go with that.
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Mind babies is a bit yikes, but okay. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
But what is a normal, stable world? True. Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism?
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics. I kind of like that. Because honestly, in some cases, we really have to shot for option D, because I don't know. Honestly, maybe I shouldn't be putting too much of myself into Mr. Dubois' decision making, but yeah, I don't know. It does often seem like it's one end of the spectrum or the other. And every side of, like, every single thing you go for has its own, like, crux and its own things that are, like, almost weighing it down and, like, the negative sides to it. So, the fourth option's usually just, like, a very, like, self-reflecting, I have no idea, I don't know why I'm here still sort of thing. Let's go with that.
Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed, an ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
Yeah, what makes it a darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
I mean, listen, if you gave me meatballs and mashed potatoes as my, like, ongoing meal for the rest of my life, that sounds pretty fucking good. I don't know if that's just because I've got the food palate preference of a toddler, but, like, meatballs and mashed potato, I'd just live off that happily. That you literally could just, yeah. For the rest of my days, meatballs and mashed potatoes, yes please. Enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
What if I told you there's a fugitive from the Or I'll intern in Martinez.
A fugitive?
Yep.
Hypothetically speaking, you might add.
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I would say that is very bad indeed. Not super.
Not super.
What sort of a fugitive are we talking about here?
I think they may have broken into some places.
That could be quite bad, depending on what sort of place you're talking about.
What if I told you it was the international headquarters of a major corporation?
That is extremely serious. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but elsewhere it's a very high-level offense. It violates a number of international agreements, in particular the First La Charte Accord. This fugitive must be turned over to the ICP immediately. Have you apprehended them already?
Stop. Before you do anything, consider the consequences.
What do you mean?
Have you thought about what this might mean for Glacia? Don't concern yourself with the feelings of a lawbreaker.
Yeah.
It's your call. The man looks at you expectantly.
Pin it on someone else. Oh god, should we try it? We could try it. Our drama's not very high though, shit. Can I quickly whack something into drama? It's that bad. My first thought is, okay, to make a roll better, we'll just whack a fucking level into drama and be done with it. Honestly, I might do that just for shits and giggles anyway. I mean, we're about to get another level. I don't know. Oh, it's a red check as well. It's not much higher now. Okay, we're gonna have to go with this.
Now's your
thank
chance,
God, okay.
sire. Which of your enemies would you most like to make trouble for?
God, okay. His name is Gart. No, we can't screw over Gart, for fuck's sake. You'll find him hanging out by the roundabout. He's disguised as a really racist lorry driver. We gotta pin it on the lorry driver. That lad's an asshole. That guy is a certified gunt with a G, a big old capital G. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like pinning it on Everard is going to be problematic for everyone. Gart, I honestly love Gart. Gart is like my Squidward at the moment in this campaign, and Squidward's probably my favourite SpongeBob character. So I think I can't. Gart's too likable. I like Gart a lot. Good character. But yeah, let's do it on the gunt.
As a common lorry driver, you say? Interesting. Are you sure?
He may not look like he's a corporate spy, but that's what makes him so effective.
Much as I'm inclined to believe you, I'm not sure my colleagues at the ICP will. I'll make note of your claims in my report, but I'm sorry to say it's likely to end up in the back of the filing cabinet somewhere in Mirova, unread and forgotten.
That's a shame.
Yes, it rather is. As much as I am a true believer in international institutions, there are times when even I grow frustrated with the bureaucracy. Well, no matter. I should thank you for bringing this to our attention. Your efforts have been noted.
Excellent. So we're in his good books, and we didn't throw somebody else under the bus.
Now,
That's fine.
was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
I mean, technically, they didn't do good things either, but like, I don't think we want to be messing with the ecosystem here in Martinez. We're here just to figure out who did the killing, and we need to deal with that effectively. There are a lot of problems here in Martinez and in Revachol in general, sure, but one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. But I guess that's the thing, is that you can try and like do more good by being more like full on and forceful with the way you play, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm playing it okay for now, but yeah, I don't know. Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for? That's what I've been thinking the whole time as well, actually.
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Wow, this guy's a really good, he's spinning it up, he's a good spin doctor. What a good politician avoiding the questions. Wait, no politics, I'm breaking my own rules, no politics. Okay, is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Rebel going to be part of the EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Okay.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
For fuck's sake. Your friends, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts?
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
No politics in the Disco Elysium stream. Yeah. That's okay. I feel like in this game, it's like, I don't know. I feel like there are yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say no politics. Do we want to ask that? Yeah, let's ask that. Why not? What are you doing in his apartment all by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying?
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about your friend. What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
I think that's actually it for now. Thanks, I've got all I need.
A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Oh, okay. Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around this apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Okay, is there anything else we can get from this while we're waddling about? That's the bog, very cool. Anything else in here at all? Any little thought bubbles, anything? It looked like
Was
we had a
there
few other
anything else?
options.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
Okay, I don't think we're gonna get a lot more out of this, lad.
Was there anything else? My friend, I'm all ears, officer.
No, I don't
Of
think we'll
course.
be able to get that back, okay. Sure. Oh my god, hang on, okay. Give me a sec. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is a look. Let's go. Slay Harry Dubois. Right, let's yeah, pretend that didn't happen. Okay, do we have everything back on? I think we do. Yeah. I think we're good to go then. Alright, well, that was interesting. It wasn't what I was expecting at all, actually. I thought we were going to get some more, something a bit more full on than that. But that's still fine. We got some info from that. Can we...
The bullet is still safely sealed away.
Okay, we've already done that. Fine. Did we not do that? I thought we did do that. Let's talk to Titus tomorrow. I think we should go get some sleep for now. I don't think there's a lot else we can do today. I guess on the map, what else do we need a lot of? Oh, wow, yeah, this thing is still very buggy. Oh, speaking of Disco Elysium, it's not really speaking of, but you know what I mean. There's a Humble Bundle on right now that's really, really good. It's got Disco Elysium in it, it's got Spiritfarer in it, it's got Chivalry 2 in it, it's got, what were the other games that were in it? I'm blanking now, but there are some other really, really good games in there as well. There's Wildermyth, which is really, really good. It's like a, like an AI-generated RPG game that you can play with up to 4 people. It's really, really stupid and fun. There was a game that looked like it was very inspired by Oblivion. It might even be worked on by some of the ex-Oblivion stuff, but big citation needed on that. And then there were 2 other games as well that looked really cool. But check it out. It's I think it's an IGN bundle. But legitimately there was some really cool stuff in there, and it was quite cheap. It was about £13 for all of the games on there. And honestly, just for Disco Elysium and Spiritfarer alone, that's a steal. I think those 2 games are solid, solid, solid. And Wildermyth is a good laugh, like I said. Chivalry seems like a good laugh with people. I've played the original Chivalry, I haven't played one since, but yeah. Wildermyth is good fun. Yeah, I played it a little bit when it came out, or like around the time it was like first brought onto Steam, and it was really, really good. I had a really good time with it then. And yeah, I think it's still being worked on. I can't remember if it is early access or not, actually. It might not be early access, but honestly, for what it is, it's like, it's so entertaining. It's so, the replay value on that game is so good. But yeah. Yeah, no, check it out. It's a really, really good deal. Especially if you're looking to get some, like, very long and, like, games that you'll be playing for quite a while. I don't think any of the games in that bundle are particularly short, unless you're, like, gonna play Chivalry for, like, 10-20 minutes and put it down again. Because, you know, it's a multiplayer game. I don't know if the servers are that big for Chivalry, actually. I do not know. Yeah. So, honestly, it looks like rhetoric and conceptualization are the 2 that we're gonna constantly, like, more things being whacked into. I wouldn't be totally against that, honestly. But part of me also wants to get another into empathy in case I really want to win Kuno over. So I think for now, what happens if we go too far into the one? Maybe we should do that then. Alright, I'm gonna whack one into empathy. And I think I'm gonna do rhetoric and then conceptualization. I think I'm happy with that. Or we do... because I think this had a few checks as well, didn't it? Okay, you know what, actually? Revert that. We're gonna do this. And this. And then after that we'll do that, and then we'll do empathy again. We'll do like a round trip. Because why not? There's a bundle with Super Bunny Man in it. Did you ever watch the Grumps play that one? It's so funny. I think I did. Is that the game where it's a pink bunny and a yellow bunny, and they're like, they're on all fours, and like the only way to move them is like wiggling their arms and legs, and they like it's really weird. They end up like spooning each other if you end up like fucking up the movement. It's really odd. Correct. Yeah. That game always looked like a good laugh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I watched them play it. I definitely watched someone play that game though. I think it could have been them. It was quite a while ago they played it. Right now it would have been like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It was definitely pre-pandemic, I think. So it could have been them I watched at the time. That sounds right. Yeah. Okay. But yes, I do remember that. What bundle is that, J-Boogie? Is it like an indie bundle? Or like a multiplayer bundle? I know that Humble sometimes do those. Honestly, this is the first like bundle I've had in a while. I haven't really used Humble Bundle in quite some time. Adventures in the Second Dimension is the name of the bundle. Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm going that way. Has it got like a set theme? Is it like 2D games that are 3D or something like that? Or like I don't know. Has it got like a reason for being called that? All 2D platformers. Oh, okay, that sounds really good actually. Oh yeah. Now, can I go up and around this way? I keep forgetting if that's actually something I can do. No. I hope that Mario Wonder gets a gets an award. I think for... I don't know what I'd want Mario Wonder to win. I honestly want it to get some kind of like innovation award. I don't know if they do that at the Game Awards or not. And people might argue there's something more deserving of that, but Mario Wonder looks like such a good time. Like, I'm so happy that Nintendo have like tried to redefine themselves again with the Mario franchise. I know it's not like vastly different, but it's enough spice and enough like there's enough to it to make it feel genuinely itself and not like it's like I have no issue with the new Super Mario Bros games that came out for the Wii and the DS and stuff, but they did very much feel like a continuation of stuff that's already been there. It's just adapted to a more like modern look, but this game feels like it's very much its own beast, and there it got, you know, it's got its own enemies, it's got its own like style, it's got its own everything.
It's getting cold this late in the night.
Yeah, let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Yeah, I'm just you know, I'm kind of in the mindset that I'm really happy that Nintendo have really like they've done a really good job this year. I think between this and Tears of the Kingdom, I think they've done a really stellar job with bringing out two very good games.
You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Okay, hang on, we can change that, maybe? Clothes. Get that on. Right, okay. This is our look to try and get rid of the expression. Are you ready?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see
58.
the reflection of your face in it.
Okay, here we go.
filled with the expression.
We have a 58.
It's like something
God.
snaps in you.
We did
A
it.
nerve ending. A thought. A sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
Oh my god, the portrait's different. You see that? He's so grumpy now. What the fuck? He's not happy anymore. He's just like, oh, fuck's sake. Can't believe I've been this smiley bastard for like the last 3 days. I can finally go to bed. Finally go to bed. Alright. What else was there? That was different. I think everything else is the same. Yeah.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
I think it'll do us good to be here and not in that hotel room because it's absolutely wrecked in there, so yeah.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Oh,
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
it's this fucking reptilian lad again. Dark, brother. I can't do it. I need to be lower. That was too high. It's the way he like draws things out. It's weird, and that weird.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Recorded on you. That's nowhere near the voice. We're not doing that again. I don't even know what that voice was. Recorded on you. Yeah, we're not doing that one. Not doing that one. Spinning. Spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The endless learning experience.
Spinning. In eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colours. The voices.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Unless you sell them off for the real. Well, so the limbic system I've only just pieced together sounds like Mr. Burns when they think he's an alien. You know, when there's that... What episode is that? It's like, hello! It's that. That's what he sounds like at times. He gives me the fucking Mr. Burns alien vibe.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you?
Oh, not quite.
The
It's
endless
kind of there.
names of the world.
It's kind of the same.
An address book you are. The map of a city.
Good episode. I just remember it being really trippy. I remember seeing it as a kid. I was legit kind of scared by Mr. Burns as an alien. I think that legit spooked me a tiny bit. That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
That's right. Yeah, that's it. I bring you love. It's bringing love. Don't let No, that's a different voice, isn't it? It's bringing love. Don't let it get away. Yeah. I just got to, I think I spoke about this on stream a little bit. Oh, is it Lenny? Is that what? Oh, that's when Lenny comes in. Okay, sure. I think I talked about it on stream, but with The Simpsons, I think one of the most vivid memories I have is the chili episode. And by recently I mean earlier today, I've been rewatching The Simpsons gradually for the last little bit. And I got to the chili episode, and that is the most, like... It's really, really fun coming back to it as an adult, because as a kid I had no idea what the hell was happening. That was such a trippy episode. And I think it's sort of meant to be, but yeah. It's a good one. I still enjoyed it quite a lot. But it's like midway, or like partway into season 8. So I'm still not that far into The Simpsons. You found the clip? Okay, hang on. We'll do a cheeky watch. I'm getting an ad. Oh my god.
Hello?
Hang on. This is important. It's important.
You love.
Is that the love?
I bring you love.
I bring you
Is that
love.
the love between a man and a woman, or the love of a man for a fine Cuban cigar?
I bring you love.
I bring
It's
you
bringing
love.
love. Don't let it get away.
His legs.
Fuck's sake. It's bringing love.
Wait! You want an alien? This is your alien!
And look, it's Mr. Burns. There he is. Hello. Poor Mr. Burns. Look at him. Poor innocent lad. Poor innocent Mr. Burns. I can't believe it. I love it when it's just like... It's always a character like Lenny or Mo or someone that just comes out with like the little things like that, where it's like... I don't know, it's always like a side character that brings out this really stupid quip of like... Something's really peaceful, something's happening that's like... Totally chill, and it's like, let's escalate it. It's usually fucking like... It's someone. It's great though, I always love it. It's always really well done. But yeah, oh. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
For the working class. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
forget politics, I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. We're gonna try that one.
Are you sure? You could be closing the door on a brilliant and special future for yourself.
I'm sure I'm very boring and apolitical and sleepy.
Did you hear that? He's renouncing politics. He's strictly business now.
That's perfect. Can I just get that on a plaque somewhere and I can just put that around my neck at all times?
Just another thoughtless vessel, ploughing the grey seas of every day.
No politics. Yeah, no politics. Smile. Smile. No politics. The first one that comes to mind is Thunder's wife saying I'm talking about SEX in front of the CHILDREN. And Krusty says Sex Squadron. I thought that place shot down. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I love that. It's always like the little side. I guess it's all, I don't know, because like I wouldn't say that Lenny is a character that has like a lot of like, I don't know, not a character that has a lot of cheek, but you expect it from characters like Krusty and Mo, right? Where it's like they're sort of probably involved in some things, at least in early Simpsons, they're probably involved in some things that aren't so like PG. So it makes sense for them to throw in like the little side things. But yeah, I don't know. I know what you mean. It's like, it's always funny to have like this like completely off the wall take. It's just really good.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Alright. I think that went relatively well. Hey, we healed 2 morale. Is he okay? Harry? Mr. DeBoer? Uh-oh.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap,
Oh, we can
and
shave.
next to it,
Oh shit.
a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
I honestly kind of like it. The one time you saved Scum was here. Honestly fair. I kind of get that. I kind of get that.
A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Yeah, why not?
Your hand trembles as you
Ah,
scratch your
shit.
cheek. Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves.
Just leave it for
Thank
now.
God, I would have cut your throat. The centipede is exaggerating.
Alright.
People don't actually cut their own throats when they're shaving. At least, not accidentally.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it. If we had an option to like back out from then, I was like, yep, we're doing that now. Right, let's go find Kim. Oh, Kim's here. He's waiting in his little shack.
Yes?
I feel like we need to talk to Kim about the fact there's a body over here. You know what? I'm going to take you there, Kim, so you can come have a look at it. We found another body yesterday. After you left. Oh, loot. Hey, got some real. And now that we're not having to pay for staying the night somewhere, we don't have to worry about the sacrificing 20 a day. So I can just Scrooge McDuck my money. Like I apparently do in every single game we've played on stream. I can't believe on like both Dragon Age and Cyberpunk we're basically just rich where we just don't have to worry about anything because I've just hoarded for sheer amounts of time. But you know what? It was a long play. Alright. Ta-da!
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on. Looks like he's been dead for a while. I'm surprised no one found him before you came along.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
He looks like me. I could have ended up like him. Dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse.
Well, at least you're not married.
Wow. Thanks, Kim.
Or, what if you are?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
You think he was a drunk?
Oh yes.
Sorry, was drunk. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
You could get a dodgy kebab or a dodgy takeaway meal. You know, when you're out in Britain, when you're out with the lads and you get your kebabs at 2 AM after a night of slamming pints down. You never know. You never know, you might get a dodgy kebab. It can happen. It can happen. Someone should be held responsible for the broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
I never got a shitty kebab while I was in London. Listen, honestly I consider that a blessing, because when they're bad, KY, my god, they are like, it takes a few days to recover from bad 2 AM when you're like drunk food. Sometimes, most of the time it's genuinely fine. The times it's bad, it's really bad.
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
I think he's right here, to be honest. I don't think there's anything related, but... You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's just leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
I think we should leave it, honest. I think we've got enough things to be getting on with already. Let's leave this case for the station. I don't want to spend the time on it. Or maybe we sit on it, I don't know. Maybe we sit on it for next time. But then it's just going to be left here for a whole other week. Also known as, like, 2 in-game hours. So, I don't know. Let's sit on it for now.
No need to rush.
Alright. Let's just think about it. Anything new in the bin?
There's some tear.
No. No more kebabs. No more shitty 2 AM kebabs with the lads. Craig has it, yeah. That is like peak British cuisine, that is. Fucking beautiful. Anyway, let's see, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Not yet. Not yet. Can't do that yet. Nope. Haven't found them. Oh, they could be the cryptozoologist, actually. We didn't think about that. I hadn't thought of that. Freya, welcome in. 2 votes for Persona 3. Let's go. Let's go. I'll put them in now. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, Freya. Let's see. Right, Persona 3 is now at a whopping 109 votes. I still love that Persona 3 is at 109. And then Hitman, Luigi's Mansion, and Mother 3 are all tied second with 47. That's so funny. That's so funny. There's such a big gap. But it's great. I love it. I love it. You doing well? Hell yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. And yeah, we'll be doing our first wheel spin in the new year, just so we're clear, and it will be early-ish new year. Hopefully as soon as we hit January, I want to be playing 2 completely new games, so yeah, we'll be doing a Dave pick, and then we're going to be doing one of a game from the wheel. So hopefully as soon as January hits, that's when we're going to start doing the wheel spins. And for anyone who wasn't here, we've moved all of the short games onto a different wheel. It still costs the same amount to vote for a short game, or a shorter game, but that's going to be its own separate thing. So Journey is currently winning on that, and it just means that short games are going in and out of the schedule a little bit more frequently, because it makes more sense to do it that way than it does to put Journey in with things like Breath of the Wild, which is now on the wheel, where Journey is a 3-hour game, and Breath of the Wild is about, depending on how much I want to do, about an 80-hour game, maybe a bit less than that, maybe 60. So yeah, it makes more sense to split it that way. But yeah. Yeah. There are 2 different tabs on the wheel spreadsheet if you want to check out what's on each. I strongly advise you have a look, see if you're curious. Okay, I think we're gonna go see Titus. Let's do that. I keep wanting to say Titus. And follow it with a ah ha ha ha. I'm gonna scream. Ah. Insert blitzball thing here. Ha 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 ha. Exactly, J Boogie, exactly. I want to be a blitzball when I grow up. J Boogie. You'd love to vote for Portal and or Cupheads, but you're legally obligated to vote for Persona 3. Well, that's totally okay. I respect your decision, that's totally fine. So yeah, there'll be a third game that's being played alongside the two things I said. So there's a Dave pick, there'll be a short game pick, and the main pick from the wheel. So there'll be two separate wheels that are spun. And so that could mean, Freya, in your ideal world, that Portal and Persona 3 could be played in the same time, you know, in the same rotation. I think how well is Portal doing? Is that like second currently on the short wheel? Yeah, second. It's doing pretty well. Yeah, it's second by a decent amount. So, but yeah. I just thought this would be a nice way to split things up, as I said. It makes more sense to put some things on a shorter thing. What are they doing to your car, Kim? This is a bit yikes. Your motor carriage, even.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is... we're not part of the skulls. Yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
Of course I do. I'm just testing you boys.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Of the Besmertne, oh my god. Like gnarly dude.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
I don't know what accent they're trying to go for. This guy always feels like gnarly, man. And this guy feels like, yeah, bruv. It feels like a weird mismatch of the two. They keep jumping between the things.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Yeah, this guy's... yeah. Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Don't fuck around, I'm the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
I'm not gonna entertain you with this any longer.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh, yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Who's Van Eyck?
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm pretty old.
Yep, old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
Wow, that's kind of rude. Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you guys part of Skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think you can join the what makes you think you'll think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him off his game.
Are you implying that I might be in some sort of danger? A threat. Good, I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Enough about this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket have piss written on it?
Well,
so why
first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
What the fuck does that mean? Lol, just kidding, forehead. I know, right? They literally, that was the equivalent. If they had, if the youth PM in this universe had Twitch lingo, he would literally just be like, lol, chill out, forehead. I was just kidding. He likes piss, okay?
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Do you think that he actually, like, follows this, or is he just speaking out his arse? Like,
also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message. What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
wow, that was deep. Did you... You come up with that yourself? I suppose they did. Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing.
Oh, shut
and
up.
that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Does he, though?
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Oh god, okay. Hey, Kim?
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There's 2 of us and 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear? Oh no, okay, we're not wearing these, Kim, please.
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a bleep or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim. It's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel I'm like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
There you go.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Let's try and ask for the jackets, why not?
No.
How did that work?
Don't ask anything.
How did that work?
Be subtle and scary.
For fuck's
The
sake.
boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
42% is pretty great for a legendary check. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting it's like, I keep forgetting about the whole, like, stats of the actual check itself. You know what I mean? I keep, in my mind, I keep just thinking it's a red check or a red check or a white check, so yeah. No, fair. Failed that check, said the... Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Wait, how?
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time.
What? No! Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Not even prospects, and already aspiring to be kings.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
Wow, we're just fully screwing up their plans and ambitions, aren't we?
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Let's go, Kim.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, and we want to be cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Yes, the jackets. You offer us your jackets like that. It'd be impolite to refuse.
Oh, man. Okay, I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
We get the jackets at least. Hey. Wow, look, now we're left with, what do they look like? It's giving me vibes. I'm trying to think of what they remind me of. They could be two very disheveled members of Kings of Leon, or they could be any other, like, rock group from that era. They could be just a two-piece from that time period. Anyway.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Oasis, of course. Maybe. Maybe. They need to have more, like, bulk. They want to have, like, wannabe Beatles cuts if they want to be Oasis, I guess. I guess I can kind of see it. It's a little bit Liam. Maybe not so much Noel, but it's a little bit Liam. You know. Alright, we're gonna give him the one as he thought he was.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Go undercover hard.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take both of them then.
Do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with "piss" written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And
True.
"fuck the world" all on its own is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Well, there you go. Oh, hell yeah, look at this. So we lose an authority, but I love that we lose authority for that, but we get a drama. Then a half-light and a rhetoric, okay. Sure. I'm happy they censored it on there as well, honestly. Alright. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but still. Interesting, interesting. Were there any checks I needed to make quickly? Oh, look. Let's see if we can end it on a few checks. Cafeteria window. Let's give that a go. Was that a perception check? I believe it was. Perception. Be odd for any of these to give us perception bonuses, I suppose, wouldn't it? Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh,
behind
there he
the
is.
dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Should we have a punt? It's 28%. It's not great, but...
Nothing,
Oh.
as before.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
He's just trying to sound clever.
Alright. Well, we got some XP. How much more do I need? I need 5 more XP from something. I get it from talking to you again?
Hi, gendarme. Another
Hey.
rendezvous.
There you go. That's all I needed. Alright, we're gonna try the Kuno thing, and we've tried this Kuno check so many times. Are people gonna be mad if I save scum it? I don't know. I wanna learn more about Kuno, but I feel like I can't because I keep failing a check, and I folded to him too early. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. If I give myself 1 save scum, it's gonna be on Kuno, and then I'm not allowed to save scum again. That's all I'm thinking.
Hello, hello. So what brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here. My room is right upstairs.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me?
Tell me again about the that muscular type. Came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friends, the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
His earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries.
Are we thinking it's the big lad at the dock? At the union thing?
He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
I didn't like him as much as I like you. Honestly, it's kind of, You were right, he was magical. Magically bureaucratic. Let's maybe go with that one.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Turn where?
To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
What are you? You too?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends.
Were you too?
Friends who like to get together from time to time.
Fair enough. What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Fair. Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
Fair, fair. I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
Hmm?
Alright.
What about me, gendarme?
Another low check. Here we go. Composure.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about that physical prowess and athletic
Well, we weren't
skill.
far off, though. It was a
Nothing
legendary
else.
check. But still.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Alright, okay. Okay, right. Last thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna put another one into empathy. And we're gonna try one... I'm gonna save Scum the Kuno thing. But I might do it next time. And I want that to be the first thing we do next time we play Disco Elysium. So yeah. I think we're gonna end it here. I think we got a lot done in today in the end. Like, we established a few things. Actually, today was sort of a pick up the pieces day. I think we still got quite a bit done in the grand scheme of things, though. Like, we had the body shipped off. We learned a couple of bits about, like, the witness and what they'd seen. It sounded like their information matched what we already knew to some extent. We had some more fun dreams, question mark. We basically are indecisive about a body and if we want to deal with it. We fixed our awful weird smile that was going on, so now that's just a grumpy face. I kind of like him with the mutton chops, though, not gonna lie. It's kind of his look. But yeah, apart from that, I'm kind of chill with what we did today. So thank you for watching. Thank you KY. Thank you Freya. Thank you J Boogie. Thank you Chapathy. Thank you anybody else that's popped by and lurked. Thank you Jess, of course. Yeah, anybody else that's popped by and lurked, I really appreciate you for being here. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow with some Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, so I will see you then. Later this week we'll be doing some more Resident Evil 4 DLC on Wednesday. I'm hoping that stream and VOD will be a little bit clearer. I'm sorry that it was a little bit weird. Last time I was having some technical problems. And then on Thursday we'll be back to Cyberpunk again. So yeah, I will see you then. Bye bye.